Switching our focus to economic news now, and South Korea's current account surplus contracted in March due to a widened deficit in its service balance. This comes on the back of a sharp decline in Chinese tourists, as well as a rise in the number of Koreans traveling overseas. Kim Min-ji reports.
Korea's current account surplus narrowed in March. The Bank of Korea says the country logged a surplus of over $5.9 billion, extending the surplus streak for 61 straight months. However, the March figure is down from over $10.5 billion posted in the same month last year. The central bank attributed the contraction to an expansion in Korea's services balance deficit. The deficit came to nearly $3.3 billion in March, 3 times larger than the deficit a year earlier. This was due mainly to a decline in Chinese tourists, as well as a rise in Koreans taking overseas trips. The number of Chinese tourists tumbled over 40% on year in March, after Beijing banned the sale of tour packages to Korea, in an apparent retaliation against Seoul's deployment of a U.S. missile defense system. The number of Koreans who traveled to foreign countries jumped nearly 24% on year to over 1.9 million. Korea's goods account surplus came to $9.8 billion, down from $12.8 billion last year, as imports rose at a faster pace than exports. The latest data comes after the U.S. did not label Korea a currency manipulator in its April foreign exchange report. Korea met only 2 out of 3 criteria to become a currency manipulator. Seoul posted $28 billion in goods surplus with the U.S. last year, with its current account surplus accounting for 7% of the country's GDP. The Korean government has vowed efforts to keep reducing its surplus with the U.S. so as not to be designated in the next report in October. Kim Min-ji, Arirang News.